Good morning. Sadaşivasamārambhām
Madhacharya
Vande Guru Paramparam.
Om Sahana Bhavatu
Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Bhavai Navaditamastu Bhagavishawahai Om Shanti Shanti
Shanti.
Om Tat Sat. Om Namah Shivaya. So we were discussing the Srishti Prakriya in Chandogya Upanishad, and we had completed the third mantra of the second section. So we will look at the fourth mantra of the second section, 6 to 4. So we will chant. Ta apaha ekshanta bahavyaha
Ta apa ekshanta bahavyah
Syama prajaye mahiti
Syama prajaye
mahiti
mahiti
Taha annam asujanta
taha annamasrujanta
Tasmad yatra kvacha varshati
tasmadyatra kvacha varshati
Tata eva bhuvishtham annam bhavati
तथैव भूयिष्ठम् अन्यं भवति
Adbhyah eva tat adi annadhyam jayate
अद्य एवं तद्यन्नाद्यन्नायते
Iti dvitiya khandaha.
इति द्वितीयखण्डः
So ta, apa, ekshantaha. So ta refers to jalam, that water principle, which was blessed by Ishvara. Ekshantaha, he visualized. Ta, apaha, that water principle visualized. All inert, and remember that, what did he visualize? He visualized Syam prajaye mahiti. Let me be many. And then annam asujantaha. He created annam, grain. Okay. So here, why do we say visualized? Because any part of Prakriti, any part of inert matter can become or can evolve into creation only when Ishvara's blessings are there. Right? If we say that no, Prakriti can evolve by itself, which there is one darshana which says that there is Prakriti which is evolving by itself independent of Purusha. Sankhya Darshanam says that, right? And therefore, in Vedanta, we cannot accept that Prakriti will evolve without the involvement of Ishvara. So matter plus consciousness has to be there. And that is why we say nothing can evolve without the blessing of Brahman. So here, when you say apaha ekshantaha, when you say water visualized, we are saying the waters which have been associated with Ishvara or blessed by Ishvara or pervaded by Ishvara, they visualize and they thought they wanted to create further. So they say Bahusyam Prajayeya iti. These waters thought, let me become many. Ta annam asujantaha. From the waters was created annam. So here annam should not be taken as the grains. What should annam be taken as?
Prithvi.
As Prithvi itself. Why?
The Srishti Prakriya, we know that after Jalam, Prithvi.
Yeah, correct. So this is the context we have to see, that we are talking about the evolvement of the Sukshma Mahabhuta. So therefore the Prithvi here is Sukshma Prithvi. Okay. Now somebody might ask a question. How can water produce Prithvi? And therefore the Upanishad gives an explanation. He says, Tasmat Yatra Kva Chavarshati. Whenever there is rain, Tadeva Bhuishtham Annam Bhavati. At that time, there will be Bhuishtham, plenty, Annam. plenty of annam there will be. Bhuvishtam annam means plenty of grains will be there. Therefore, whenever there is rain, there is sufficient vegetation. There is a lot of growth of rice and whatever grains you have. And therefore, he says, Adhya eva. From that Jala Tattvam, which is of course associated with Ishvara, Tad Annadhyam Adhijayate. That Annadhyam is born. So Annadhyam is a uh, word which means Adana Yogyam Anna. Food is, which is fit for consumption. So from that rain, Prithvi grows food which is fit for consumption. And therefore, Annam has to be understood as a modification of Prithvi. All these explanations for what? Why we are saying Prithvi when the mantra uses Annam. Remember, therefore, Annam is finally a modification of Prithvi, and there is a logic which we use. Karana gunaha karye vartate. The gunas, the attributes of the Karanam are always there in the Karyam, and therefore we say Karanam is not different from Karyam. And therefore, since the Karyam here is Annam, we can simply say that the same guna as which is there in Annam was present in the Karanam. And the Karanam for Annam is Prithvi. Therefore, we can use Prithvi instead of Annam. And again, I'll point out that this is Sukshma Prithvi. Therefore, all these words here, Tejaha, Apaha, Prithvi, Annam, these are all representing Sukshma Maha Bhutani. So, with this, the creation of Srishti is concluded. Why? We have only talked about three things: Tejaha, Apaha, Prithvi. What happened to the other two?
The Akasha and Vayu were presupposed in the creation of Agni.
Yes. So Chandogya Srishti Prakriya uses only three Mahabhutani, not five, but we have to supply the other two for a consistency purposes. Okay. Now we go to the third section, Tritiya Khandaha, first mantra. We will chant. Tesham khalu esham bhutanam
Tesham
तेषां भूतानां
trini eva bijani bhavanti
Trini eva
बीजानि भवन्ति
andajam jivajam udbhijamiti.
Andajam
अण्डजं
Jivajam
बुद्धिजम्
Buddhijamiti.
इति.
So we have seen all this earlier, but now we are seeing where it actually comes in the Shastra. So Tesham Khalu Esham Bhutana. So Bhutanam here is not the Panchamahabhutani, it is all the Jivas. Tesham Khalu Esham Bhutanam. All the Jivas who are going to be born are now being visualized by Ishvara. And what is the source of these Jivas? Trini eva bijani bhavanti. There are three seeds. There are three sources from which alone all jivas are born. And these three sources are classified into Andajam, Jivajam, Udbijjam. So Andajam is pretty obvious, right? Which are born from eggs. Right? Any jiva born from an egg is Andajam. Andajam, born from an egg. So what are they? Birds. Anything else?
Reptiles,
Insects.
Lizards,
all the
snakes,
snakes, yeah.
right? All these are Andajam.
Crocodiles.
Okay, right. Then Jivajam. Jivajam is all living beings, which are all jivas born from a yoni, from a womb. That we know, almost all the animals and human beings, all are Jivajam. And Udbijam. Okay, Udbijam is literally meaning it what do you call, penetrates the earth and comes out. It breaks the earth and comes out. So born from the earth. And therefore here it is to be taken as what? As those which are born from seeds. Like if you put the seed in the earth, and then when the seed matures, then or germinates, the plant or the tree or whatever, it breaks the ground and comes out. So sprouting with bijja. Okay, these are three which Chandogya describes. But we have seen earlier that other Shastram have more definitions. Like there's one, Andajam is there, born from eggs. Instead of Jivajam, we use the word Jarajam, Jaraujam, born from the Yoni. And instead of Udbijam, Udbijam was the same, born from the earth. But we had an additional one in the earlier one. Anybody remembers?
So the one from moisture,
One from moisture, Svedajam.
Vedanta sir.
Svedajam. So born from moisture, worms, etc. Right. Now, we can see that in this classification, Svedajam is not there. So Shankara wants to reconcile. So he says Svedajam, which literally means born from moisture, you have to understand that these jivas are also born from very, very minute eggs. And therefore you have to classify that under Andajam only. So there is no contradiction. Okay. So Esham Bhutanam refers to all the living beings who are already existing, man. We just want to repeat that. They're already there as Karma Shriram, already there in Avyakta Maya. Okay. Now we go to the second mantra we will read. Sa iyam devata ekshata hanta aham imaha.
सा इयं देवता इक्षत हन्ता
समितास्त्रिसु देवता
Sa iyam devata aikshata hanta.
सा इयं
देवता हन्तं हन्त
Aham imaha tisra devataha.
अहम् इमा
इमा देवता
Anena jivena atmana anupravishya.
अनेन
जीवेन आत्मना अनुप्रविश्य
Nama rupe vyakarvani iti.
नामरूपे
व्याकरणानिति
Okay, we are continuing with Srishti Prakriya. But remember that there are many details which are omitted. So wherever details are not there, wherever there are gaps, you have to fill in the gaps from what we have studied earlier in Tattva Bodha, Vedanta Sara, all the places. Okay, all the Prakarana Granthas are for these purposes. So that when you read the Upanishads, you are not blank about certain things. So those, whatever gaps are here, we can fill up from there. I'm not going to the gaps. I'm presuming what I know, all of you all are advanced students, all of you know exactly what it means. So, Sayam Devata Aikshataha, that Brahman, Aikshataha, I visualized. And what did he say? From all the Sukshma Pancha Mahabhutas, he said, he visualized that the entire Sthula Prapancha has to be created. And this is what is meant by Nama Rupe Vyakaranam. So Nama Rupe Vyakaranam means the expansion of Nama Rupa. Expansion means what? From the Avyakta Nama Rupa, unmanifest name and form, when it is converted, when manifest name and forms, Vyakta Nama Rupa emerges from Avyakta Nama Rupa. It is called Nama Rupe Vyakaranam, expansion of Nama Rupa, or with the manifestation of Avyakta Nama Rupa. Okay. And we must add mentally that it is not a random creation. Every creation has to be in accordance with the karma of the jiva only. Now, at this stage, there are all the sukshma mahabhutani, and they have to be blessed with chaitanyam for them to be able to be sentient. When we say that the jiva has to become sentient, we are basically talking about what? We are talking about the RM is there, the mind. In the RM, the reflection of consciousness is formed, which is the RC. Therefore, when the RM is blessed by the OC, that is the RC. This formation of RC is actually the uh, lending of consciousness to the inert matter, right? Inert mind. And here a term is used. We have not seen this before. This is called Brahma Anupravishya. Anupravishya means entry of, entering, right? So here, after creating the inert bodies, because bodies are matter, matter is Maya, Maya inert. So once Brahman created the inert bodies, he said, let me enter. Anupravishya. It's called Anupravishya Vakyam. It's a very famous terminology, Anupravishya Vakyam. So Brahma Anupravishya, entry of Brahman into that insentient matter, into Jada matter, which makes it sentient. And therefore, this body and this mind, it as if becomes sentient due to Brahman entering. Okay, this is called Brahma Anupravishya. Another way of saying that there is RC now in the RM. And then there is this word Hantaha. Okay. Hantaha is just an expression. Hantaha. Well, indeed. Aham imaha tistro devataha anupravishya. Tistro devataha anupravishya. Let me enter these three devatas. Which three devatas? This is Brahman saying, let me enter these three bodies. Agni, Jalam, Prithvi. Right? Because they are, right? Devata here means basically the uh, inert bodies created. Don't take it as Devata in the literal sense. And then he says, Aham have anupravasha. Let me enter these three bodies. And as what should I enter? Anena, Jivena. Each word is important. Anena, Jivena, Atmana, Anupravishya. In the form of Pratibimba Chaitanyam, which is reflected consciousness. So Jivena Atmanaha means Hiranyagarbhaha. And that Hiranyagarbhaha will enter many, many physical bodies and therefore will seemingly multiply and you will have many, many Tajasas. That one Hiranyagarbha, Anena Jivena Atmana Anupravasya. I will enter all the various RMs and therefore it will seem that now there are many, many RCs. So this refers to the creation of Samashti Karma Shariram and Samashti Sukshma Shariram. And after doing that, what? Now, after Anupravashya, Amarupa Vyakaravana iti. He entered the RC. He entered as the RC. And he envisaged the whole creation. The Vyakta Srishti he envisaged. The Samashti Sthula Sariram he envisaged. The entire universe he envisaged. And Karavani is a verb. It means I will do. I will do this. So Brahman is visualizing that this is what I have to do. I am visualizing the entire creation. So very often we hear about Brahman wanted to become many. So all this is referring to this particular part of the Upanishad, and there are other Upanishads also which talk about Anupravashya. Okay, any questions so far?
Yeah. Om Raviji.
Yes, please.
This word particularly is a bit. I need some further explanation or Vyakara Vaniti. So is it the combination of Vyakara Vani iti?
Karavani is the verb. So
Acha,
Vyakaravani means
Karavani.
Karavani is the
Acha,
verb form.
acha. Karavani is the verb, and
Okay,
Vyakaravani when it is adjunct.
it is being done. That's exactly.
What is the meaning you said?
Vyakaravani means I will make it manifest.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Vyakrata. Vyakrata is Vyaktaha.
Okay,
Avyakrata is Avyakta. So
okay.
Vyakaravani is a combination of making it I will make it manifest.
Manifest. Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Acharyaji, this word anupravishya, you said entering.
Yeah.
So, is it not already all pervading?
I agree. But this is the, what do you call, lending of RC. See, here there is, like, it is not that at one particular stage. What happens is if you look at the Srishti creation, there is first what? The Samashti Karana Shariram, right? What is Samashti Karana Shariram? It is nothing but a collection, aggregation of our Vyashti Karana Sharirams.
Right.
From that Vyashti Karana Shariram, when a Vyashti Sukshma Shariram emerges, when does that happen?
After the Samashti Sukshma?
Yeah, but in terms of during Pralayam, remember, the Vyashti Sukshma Shariram does not exist in that form. It is in Karana Shariram. And everywhere Shastram does not distinguish between Vyashti and Samashti Karana Shariram. So Avyakta Maya at Pralayam is potential Sthula Sharirams only. Potential names and forms. Sthula and Sukshma Shariram. Right? Therefore, when creation begins after Pralayam, when Srishti starts, the Sukshma Shariram emerges. And it emerges, not that it first comes and then blessing happens. But it's a picturesque way of saying that when that Sukshma Shariram is born, I am the one who gives it consciousness. So that is the Anupravashya.
Okay, thank you. I'll go through it once again.
Yeah. Okay. Then we go to mantra number 3.
Yeah, can I ask a further question on that?
Yes, of course.
So in a human being, when the fetus is formed,
Yes.
so at what stage it is, can we consider that this anupravishya has really taken place? Because the legal part, I'm just charting into a different area. I know that, but the legal part says that the you can discontinue, or you can the fetus can be removed through operation and all, because
That was very good.
it is not there.
Very good for
Go ahead.
The jiva is not entered. So I mean, how do you connect
No.
all
The
those?
legal part has nothing to do with Shiva entry.
That is fine. But
Yeah.
is there anything, whatever legal part is given, has it anything to do with our this particular thing? Nothing.
No, nothing. The legal part can consist of many things. One is at what stage you can consider it as a human being with own rights and all that. Right. So that differs in different places. In fact, in USA also there are some places where you cannot abort.
Okay.
Okay. So what we are saying, Anupravashya for us, remember, is the Sukshma Shariram becoming conscious, which is at the beginning of Srishti, not when the child is born. When
Okay.
creation begins, when the first subtle body emerges, first, it's difficult to say first, when subtle bodies emerge from Karana Shariram, at that point is the Anupravesya. After that, during the same Srishti, that same Jiva is born multiple times, millions of times perhaps. But there the Jiva is already conscious.
Okay. So this is in context of samasti and not.
This is in the context of first creation, samashti creation.
Okay. I got it. Thank you.
Okay. Right. We look at the
Understood
mantra
now, Acharyaji. It's not every time, only after.
Sorry, come again.
No, I said I understood it now because it is not all the time when a physical
You are breaking up, Rituji.
first. See, Acharyaji.
Yeah.
So it is Anupravesya is applicable at the time of the first creation after Mahapralaya is over.
When Srishti begins, when the world is created, that is the Anupravesya. That's what the whole discussion is, right? Let me become many. So those many are Sukha Sharinams. During the rest of the to use Puranic language also, during the rest of the day of Brahma, there are multiple creations. Same Jiva goes through multiple cycles. But the universe creation has become only one. When that pralayam happens, then only the whole process is repeated. Until then, the jiva is already conscious. There is no fresh jiva at all. So every time the jiva takes birth, to take Sudhi's question, you can't apply the principle of Anupravesya because it's already, Sukshma is there already.
Yes.
Okay.
Om sir, can we say it's like a collective noun? Anupravishya means for the samashti purpose. It is nothing to do with each individual
No,
creation.
Anupravesya means the lending of ours.
Right.
So that since there are multiple RMs, it has to be taken as multiple RCs only.
Okay. Yes.
All right. Let's look at mantra number 3. Tasam trivratam.
Tasam trivritam.
Ekaikama karvani iti.
Ekaikam
Karvani
karvaniti.
Sa iyam devata imaha tisra devataha.
Sayam devata masti
Devata
devataha.
Sa iyam devata imaha tisra devataha.
Sayam devata tisra devataha.
Anena eva jivena.
Anena eva
Nena
jivena
jivena.
Atmana anupravashya nama rupe vyakarota.
Atmana
Atmana
anupravishya
namarupe
vyakarota.
So you can understand, right, what all is going on. Panchikaranam, all here it is, not pancha, it's 3. So he says tasam trivratam ekaikam karavani iti. So let me divide them 3 subtle elements to give sthula elements. The word here is akarota. Akarota means I am going to implement what I visualized in my last mantra. What is the implementation? It is creation of the sthula panchamahabhutan. So this is panchikaranam basically, but in not 5, in 3. So ekaikam, each one of the 3 subtle elements, trivratam akorata, dividing into 3 parts. In Panchikaranam, 5 parts, and here because there are only 3 elements, 3 parts. Right? So I am devataha, imas tisro devataha. Here remember that the word Devata, which is being used by the Upanishad, we are referring to the Pancha Mahabhutani only. Agni, Jala, Prithvi. It is called Devata simply because they are now Chetanam. The three elements are Chetanam. Why? Because Anupravashya, pervaded by Brahman, and therefore Devata. Right? Just as when we do Surya Namaskara, we are not invoking the Surya Golakam. We are invoking the Surya Devata. So this is the same process as Panchikaranam. Since there are only three elements, correctly speaking, it is three Vritakarana, not Panchikaranam. Therefore, the ratios you have to adjust, okay, mentally, because we had done set of ratios, everybody is familiar with that, Tattvaboda. But here the ratios have to be readjusted. So a little bit of arithmetic is required. So from the Tanmatras, the pure three Sukshma elements, to get Sthula Agni, what is the process? Half Agni plus one-fourth Jala plus one-fourth Prithvi. See the difference. There was half plus one-eighth was there, right? In Panchikaranam. But here it is half plus one-fourth. Why? Because half is Agni and one-fourth Agni plus one-fourth Agni gives you another half. While in Panchikaranam, if you take half Agni, then one-eighth of each of the other four, one-eighth plus one-eighth plus one-eighth plus one-eighth, it gives you half. Simple arithmetic. To get Sthula Agni, therefore, the division is half Agni, one-fourth Jalam plus one-fourth Prithvi. Similarly, to get Sthula Jalam, the Jalam has to be the major part, so half Jalam plus one-fourth Agni plus one-fourth Prithvi, and similarly for Prithvi. So now the grossification has been done. This is not mentioned in the mantra. So there you have to supply mentally that Sthula Bhutani and Sthula Bhautikani have been created. After that, mantra jumps from there. Anena Jivena Atmana Anupravashya Nama Rupe Vyakaro. Various jivas are created and Anupravashya occurs. Therefore, the conscious jivas having Sthula Sariram have now come into being. I am hoping that you guys don't require too much explanation on this, do we? Because this is all the things which you have seen in Tattvaboda. But still, any questions, please do ask.
Sthula Sharirani and Sthula Jivani, they are the same meaning?
Sthula Jivani is not there. Sthula Sharirani with Jivas with Sthula Sharirani.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Now, mantra number 4. Tasam Trivratam Ekaikam.
तासां
Tasam
Trivritam Trivritam Ekekam
Akarota yatha tu khalu somya.
Akarot Yatha
Udyatha tu khalu somya
Imaha tisra devataha tivrat.
imaha tisra devata
Tivratra ekaika bhavati.
trivrita ekeka bhavati
Tatme vijanihi iti.
Tatme
tat vijanihi iti
Iti tritiya khandaha.
Iti
iti tritiya khandaha.
So tasam trivratam ekaikam akarot. So tasam, that Ishvara, divided each of the Sukshma Mahabhutani, three Sukshma Bhutanis, into subtle elements, into three. Each of them divided three. And what was that? Yatha ekaika trivrita bhavati. This means in what manner does is that one element, one subtle element divided into three? Tanme vijani iti. I will tell you. Who is saying this? I will tell you. Must have forgotten by now.
The teacher to the student.
Who is it?
Shvetaketu,
Shvetaketu is a student.
student, and his father.
Uddalaka. So Uddalaka
Uddalaka.
Uvacha. Okay, so this is just a general statement saying that how that Ishvara divided each of these three subtle elements into three. Tanme vijani iti. I will now tell you. Okay. Now we go to the fourth khandaha. We will chant. Yat agnehe rohitam rupam
Yat
Yat agnehe rohitam rupam
tejasah tat rupam
Tejasa
tejasa
tatrupam.
rupam
yat shuklam tat apama
Yat
Yat
shuklam
shuklam tat
tapana.
apana
yat krishnam tat annasya
Yat
Yat
krishnam
krishnam tad
tasya.
annasya
pakad agnehe agnitvam vacha
Pakadagnehe
Pagaha
agnitvam vacha.
agnitvam vacha
vacharam vikara namadheyam
Vacharambhanam vikaro
Vacharanamadevam.
namadheyam
त्रीणि रूपाणि इति एव सत्यम्
Trini rupani ityeva
Nirupani
satyam.
ityeva satyam
Okay, he's explaining now. Yad agnehe rohitam rupam. When you see the Agni in red color, Taja Tejaha Tat Rupam. It indicates that the Tejaha Tatvam, the Agni Tatvam, half of that component is Sukshma Agni. The other two have been divided into 1/4 and 1/4. Okay, then Yat Shuklam Tad Apam. When you see the white color, it indicates that the 1/4 quantity of Shukshma Jalam and Yat Krishnam Tad Annasya. When you see the dark color, it indicates the Prithvi Tattvam, Annam, 1/4 quantity of Prithvi Tattvam. And remember that Sthula Agni is not separate from Sukshma Agni, right? So Sthula Agni is not there, cannot be really separated from Sukshma Agni, meaning that it becomes Mithya. And therefore he says, Vacharambhanam Vikaro Namadeyam. What is that Sthula Agni? It has the same composition as the Karanam, which is Sukshma Agni. Therefore, the name Sthula Agni is Vacharambhanam Vikaro Namadeyam. It's only a name existing on your tongue. There is no real substance called Sthula Agni. It is actually nothing but Sukshma Agni only. And therefore, you have to extend this argument to the other three. Sthula Jalam and Sthula Prithvi. Sthula Jalam is also nothing separate from Sukshma Jalam. Sthula Prithvi is also nothing separate from Sukshma Prithvi. Therefore, Trini Rupani Ityam Satyam. Therefore, the three Sukshma elements alone are the Satyam. The Sthula ones, the gross ones, are all Mithya only. Thereby saying what? The Bhautikanis are Mithya. In relation to the Bhautikanis, the Tanmatras are the Satya. I hope you are familiar with all these words by now. Okay, now we go to the second mantra of the fourth section. Yat aditasya rohitam rupam
Yat
Yat
aditasya
aditasya
rohitam
rohitam
rupam.
rupam
tejasah tat rupam
Tejasa
Tejasah tat
tatrupam.
rupam
yat shuklam tatapama
Yat
Yat
shuklam
shuklam
tadapama
tatapam.
yat krishnam tatannasya apakat
Yat
Yat
Krishna
Krishnam annasya
Annasya
tadapakat.
pakat.
Adityat adityatvam.
Aditya
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 adityo astyatvam.
Adityat adityatvam.
Adityat
Adityad
Adityatvam.
adityatvam.
Vacharambanam vikaro namadeyam.
Vacharambanam
Vacharambanam
vikaro
vikaro
namadeyam.
namadeyam.
Trini rupani iti eva satyam.
Trini
Trini
rupani
rupani
eva
ityeva
satyam.
satyam.
So having taken the Vyashti Agni, now Upanishad says take the Samashti Agni, which is Suradeva. Here also there is the outer part of the sun, which is red, and the inner part is white, and the innermost will be dark. And he says these indicate the three Sukshma Tattvams, Agni, Jala, and Prithvi. And therefore, really speaking, that Sthula Aditya, Sthula Golakam, which is the sun, it is not there at all. All that is really there is only these three Sukshma, Agni Tattvam, Jala Tattvam, and Prithvi Tattvam. So that is what is said. Vacharambanam Vikaro Namadayam. The sun is merely Namarupa. Trini Rupani Ityeva Satyam. The three Sukshma Bhutanis alone are Satyam. I have not explained, but it is the same thing. Yadatitya rohitam rupam tejaha tat rupam yat shuklam tadap yat krishnam. That is to say, there is nothing different from the three colors, which are actually rohitam is red, shuklam is white, krishnam is dark. So three colors which are the actual components of the sun. The outer part is red, then there is the inner white blazing part, and the innermost part is dark. These are nothing but Agni, Jala, Prithvi in Sukshma form. So when you say sun, Adityam, there really is nothing but these three Sukshma Bhutanis alone. Questions? Okay. Then we go to mantra number 3. Yat Chandramasaharoitam Rupam
Yat
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 Chandramaso
chandramasah rohitam
rohitam
rupam.
rupam
Tejasaha Tat Rupam
Tejasa
Tejasah
Tattvam.
tat rupam.
Yat Shuklam Tatapama
Yat
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 Shuklam
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 Tatapama.
tapama.
tapama
Yat Krishnam Tat Annasya Apakat
Yat
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 Krishnam Tat
Krishnam
krishnam
Annasya
tat
annasya
Pakat.
pakaha.
Chandratatvam Chandratvam
Chandra
Chandra
Chandratvam.
chandratatvam.
Chandratvam
Chandra
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 Chandratvam.
chandratvam.
Vacharambanam Vikaro Namadeyam
Vacha
Vacharambanam
Vacharambanam
Vikaro
vikaro
Namadeyam.
namadhyam.
Trini Rupani Iti Eva Satyam.
Trini Rupani Ityeva
Nirupani
Satyam.
Tatika Satyam.
Okay, the same thing is being repeated, very similar to the earlier ones. The three colors are there, red, white, and dark, which indicates the Sukshma Agni, Sukshma Jalam, and Sukshma Prithvi Tattvams. And Vacharambanam Vikaro Namadeyam. The moon is merely Namarupa. Therefore, Trini Rupani Iteva Satyam. The three Sukshma Bhutani alone are the truth, are the Satyam. The moon is only Namarupa, it is only Mithya. Okay, so sun and moon have been taken. Agni Tattva, sun and moon have been taken. Now we are going to take up the example of lightning. So we will look at the fourth mantra. Yat Vidyutah Rohitam De Rupam
Yat
Yat
vidyutah
Rohitam
rohitam
Rupam.
rupam.
Tejasah Tat Rupam
Tejasa
Tejasah tat rupam.
Yat Shuklam Tat Apama
Yat
Yat
Shuklam
shuklam
Tat
tadapama.
Apama.
Yat Krishnam tat annasya apakat.
Yat
Yat
Krishnam
Krishnam tad
Krishnam tad
anyasya
apaka
Vidyutaha vidyutvam.
Vidyutaha
Vidyutaha
Vidyutvam
vidyutvam
Vidyutaha vidyutvam.
Vidyutaha
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 Vidyutvam
vidyutvam
Vacharambanam vikaro namadeyam.
Vacharam
Vacharammanam
vikaro
vikaro
namadeyam
namadeyam
Trini rupani iti eva satyam.
Trini rupani
Trini
iti eva
rupani
satyam.
ityeva
Satyam
satyam.
Exactly the same. Lightning is taken. The same three colors are visible. The same logic is given. The three colors are red, white, and dark, which indicates Sukshma Agni, Sukshma Jalam, and Sukshma Pratyutatvam. What is the conclusion? Vacharambhanam vikaro namadeyam vidyutam is only namarupa. And the three Sukshma Bhutani alone are the Satyam. Vacharambhanam vikaro namadeyam trini rupani iti eva Satyam. Okay. Now we will take up the fifth mantra. Etat hasma vai tat vidvamsa ahu.
Etadhasvamaiv tad vidvansa ahuhu.
Etat hasma vai tat vidvamsa ahu.
Etat hasvamaiv
Vidvansa
tad
ahuhu.
vidvansa ahuhu.
Purve mahashalaha.
Purve
Mahashala
mahashala
Mahashotriyaha.
Mahashya
Mahashrotriyaha
Nanaf adhya kanchana.
Nana Adya
na
Kanchana
adya kanchana
Asrutam amatam.
Ashrutam
Ashrutam
mamatam
Amatam
Avijñatam.
Avijñatam
avijñatam
Udaharishyati itihi.
Udaharishyati
udaharishyati
Ebhya vitan chakruhu.
yebhya
Vidan
vidam
Chakruhu
chakruhu.
So he's concluding. He says, Etat vai tad vidvamsaha ahu. Therefore, the wise people, they say, Purve mahashalaha mahashrotriyaha. In the old days, the ancient Mahagrahasthas were there. Mahashala means a person who has a great uh, hall where rituals are done. A lot of rituals are done. So Purve Mahashalaha, these great Grahasthas, were Mahashrotriyas also. And therefore, Mahashrotriyas means they had done a lot of Shravanam. And there are two words, Na and Naha. Okay. So, Na Kaschan, the Adhya means now. Adhya Na Kaschan Ashrutam. Now there is nothing left which is not heard na by us. Okay, so na and naha have to be carefully seen. Na means no has to be connected to na ashrutam. Nothing not heard. Naha means by us. So naha adhyaha na kaschana ashrutam. There is nothing now that has not been heard by us, which means everything has been heard by us. And similarly, naha adhya na kaschan amatam. There is nothing which has not been understood by us or thought of by us. Everything has been thought of by us. Similarly, naha adhyaha na kaschan avignatam. There is nothing which has not been known by us, which means everything is known by us. And why is that so? Because there are only three which are satyam. The three sukshma elements are satyam. Everything else is nama rupa. Therefore, na udahara ishyati iti. No one will declare that there is anything which I have not heard, not thought of, or which I don't know. Okay. So it's a use of double negatives. Why? To reinforce the point that by knowing that one Brahman, everything else is known. Therefore, he says, Hebhyaha. By these three, which you have to understand as by the knowledge of these three, Vidan Chakrahu, they knew everything. Okay. Any questions?
Sir, this has deeper implications for our understanding when we say Vatarambhanam Vikaro Namadhyam.
Yes.
Yeah, and it says three Satyams. All the
Yeah,
three.
three.
Mm.
You have to understand as that there is only one Satya because these three are talking about three Sukshma Mahapanchabhuta. What is the Sat?
Tanmatra.
But remember, Tanmatra is also Mithya.
Yes.
What is the Satyam of that Tanmatra? It is Maya, Prakriti. And Maya is also Mithya. What is the Tanmatra of Maya? What is the Satyam of Maya? It is Brahmananda. So that is not given here. You would supply and work backwards. Okay. With this, I will stop for the day and we can think about it a bit more later and come back in the next class. Okay.
Yes, Acharya.
Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat
Purnat
Purnamudachyate
Purnamudachyate
Purnasya
Purnasya
Purnamadaya
Purnamadaya
Purnameva
Purnameva
Vashyate
Vashishyate
Om
Om
Shanti Shanti
Shanti
Shanti
Shanti.
Om Tat
Om Tat
Sat Om Namah Shivaya.
Om
Thank you for
Om
your
Tat
Tat
attention.
Sat. Om Namah Shivaya, Acharya.